So, Prerna, we will start. Before starting the session, I would just like to know a bit about University of Exeter, the university that you are working into.
Yeah.
Just tell me something quickly about the university. Then we would definitely like to know a lot about you.
Right, sure. So, talking about University of Exeter, it is a Russell Group university. It's one of the top ranked universities in UK. It's ranked 16 in UK itself overall, as well as the fact that it is one of the few universities which is triple A accredited program, a triple accredited university, where apart from Cambridge or Oxford, University of Exeter is one of them with this accreditation. It has a huge reputation with its medicine program because we are top 10 in UK for our medicine related programs. We are top in our business school as well as our engineering programs. So it is one of the fantastic universities located in Exeter. It is one of the largest economy and larger than Manchester. In terms of economy, it has a lot of opportunity for entrepreneurs, and it has some exciting and very specialized niche programs starting from engineering to business to IT, to science. So it has and to physics. So it has fantastic specialization in the range of programs that we offer with one of the Russell Brand University you can think of.
So lovely to hear about it. So just a small question from my side. Like I have not seen much of the UK universities into medicine or medical program. So what's so special about University of Exeter? Like what had got them into the medicine? Because I was just going through internet and have realized that it's one of the top university when we talk about medical. Can you just give a 2 minutes quick brief about medical?
Sure. So very few universities have medicine program, and medicine is a very niche program. And we do offer, bachelor's of medicine and bachelor's of surgery program. Along with that, we also offer BSc in medical sciences or medical technology or neurosciences. So we have a lot of specialization area in medicine field. So and as I mentioned, we are top in our medicine course. So ideally, what we require, the requirement is extremely high. So it's not a very low required course. So its requirement starts from 90% in the class 12 with an IELTS of 7.5 overall, with two modules of 7 and two modules of 6.5, with a UK CAT as a result, and our applications get closed 15th October every year for the next year application. So they have very limited number of seats. You need to be really good for it. So it does have very high demand. If you are shortlisted, then you come for an interview first. There is an interview, and then further you get your offer letter. Alternatively, we do encourage students that if you have not taken UK CAT, you can go for other BSc program, which is relevant to this medicine areas, and lead yourself thereafter with progressing into medicine degree after you complete this science course. So these are the different routes they can actually go through.
Okay, so I would basically like to talk about it a lot, but because of the time constraint, and this show is about you. So let's not get more into the course at the moment. Let's talk about you, because the motive of the show is to give an inspiration to the audience today, that how you have been able to reach the position of senior recruitment analyst with one of the top most university, Prerna. So if I'm not wrong, your name itself means inspiration. That's
Right.
what your meaning is. So you must be the one of the best person to let us know. First of all, I would like to know what inspire you to come into this industry. Let's, or maybe just let's start with your childhood. Like how many siblings were you, from which city you are, and how you landed into your 10th courses and then 12th courses. I mean to say science side or commerce side, and then we'll take it from here instead of
Right.
asking how you
So
landed straight
I
over
would
here.
I would like to say I'll cut that short here by saying that I have always been a single child. I am born and raised in Delhi itself. I've studied in APJ school, Saket, and I have studied my bachelor's here itself from Delhi University, and I've pursuing with my master's degree also in psychology from IGNOU, as well as the I am from Calcutta. My parents, my family belongs from Calcutta, and yeah. So if you talk about how did I land here, this is a very interesting story I would like to share with people. But it's at the same point of time inspiring because I have not been a very bright child while school. A lot of students at times, think that, oh, your grades matter for your career, or your grades matter to where you land up. I have been a single parent child, so it's at times very difficult for a single parent child to focus on the study or academics and score that grade. It's not that I was bad with education. I am at a master's degree level now, so it was not that I was bad, but it was just that I needed a bit more focus, guidance, and concentration. So I have been bullied a lot during my school times. Bullied a lot in terms of by other school colleagues, or I would say other people in the class or teachers. But there were sessions where people used to say, and they used to talk about, oh, what do you want to be? I want to be an engineer, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a this that. And I had always been very confused, and I like, I don't know. I can be anything. I think I don't specialize in one thing. That means I have my doors open to many other things, to decide where do I want to go and just focus on that one thing. Maybe it's just the focus which you need. So I think children like
But I still
me and
think
a lot of
you're not honest to
students,
yourself.
a
I
lot of
still think you're
students
not
are there.
honest to yourself. Yeah, so I'm still. I would say this is fine. You have been honest to yourself that I
Yeah,
actually
so
don't know.
so the entire story lies around the fact that, like me, I ensure that when I speak to children and I speak to students today, I always tell them, look, I understand you were not able to score the grades. That doesn't mean your life is over. You have so many things. I see students, attempting suicide or not attending achieving certain number of scores or marks, and that's depressing, and depression is not something which you should get into. So how I got in here is because or I would say after completing my schooling, and while I was doing my bachelor's degree, one thing I knew, that I love talking. That was one thing I
Yeah,
knew, that I could chit chat for hours. I love talking. I love meeting people. I love to travel,
you
and
you
something
made it
something related
as
in
your
this field.
strength.
Yeah.
You made it
So
strength.
this was just by fluke, which I when I started my career, and I started my first job with WWICS, and that's the time when I started a counseling thing there. And then I realized that no, I like it, I enjoy it. And eventually from there I got a kickstart, and that led to Chopra's, and then it led me with Middlesex University, Amity University, and now here I am. Sorry, University of Greenwich, and now here I am with University of Exeter, with the years of experience that I got. And the most exciting part of this industry, which I found, considering with my background that I was not that great with education, landed up in an education industry where fascination of knowing different kind of specialization courses that is offered in UK. It is something amazing that you at times speak students saying a course, and are like, oh really, is that something that exists? This is also a kind of course, and you immediately sit and start doing the research about that course, because you need to know everything before anyone else knows and can talk about it. So um, this is the reason why I like what I am doing, and this is a short story towards it.
Do you still feel like counseling student is not just a job? It's a social responsibility that we have to deliver,
I
because a lot
agree.
of future depends on us.
I completely agree with you, Mudit. That's it. That is the agenda of counseling, and that's why I think counseling is something which I love doing. It's because it's just not a job. It's like it's connection, it's understanding, it's actually deciding the future of the child. Your counseling will make a lot of difference to someone's decision. If you are rooting a person with the wrong decision, the person can regret tomorrow on spending the money and spending the time and money, both of them are equally important. And no, counseling is important.
So students, like while counseling, because I have been also a counselor from the same background. So a lot of time students call you at very odd times, 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then sometimes their parents are like getting maniac, and then they'll keep on sending you WhatsApp message. Does that annoy you? Do you feel that there has to be a time that we should only commit, or you just go out and say, no, this is my responsibility. Is this 10:30? I understand, but this student needs me. Is what
Well,
what 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 are your thoughts?
with my industry, because once we start working in the university office, there are moments when students are traveling, they're stuck at the airport, and they travel late night. I cannot afford myself in a situation where I don't answer their call, unless I know it is someone, what's not necessary. So I always ensure that I understand the situation on how crucial it is. Of course, keeping in mind everyone has their personal life, everyone has their personal commitment as well. But looking at the circumstances of the situation, if it's important, it is important, something which can, destroy the career of a student. There are at times when we work late night till 12 o'clock as well, because we are working as per UK timings. There are deadlines which we have to meet. If the student's document does not reach on time, the student will never get an admission, he'll never get a CAS, he'll never get a visa. So there are so many things which are evolved, because we are dealing with career, we are dealing with future of students. So there is no time limit as such, if there is a requirement for it. So if there is a requirement, definitely the assistance is something which is crucial.
So what is the reaction of your parents or your friends when the same happens? Just say you out in a party, or you are out with parents in some of the rituals of the family, and then suddenly a student called up, and you have to go outside and aside, and then you have to assist him. Do they support you for the same, or they
Yeah,
said like, come
they know I'm crazy. So my work has always been my first priority beyond everything. So that has been my first priority, my bread and butter, or I would say I am more sync with my work. And because I love my work, I can devote that time and energy to them. So even I would say, even if in that matter there are sessions which we do which are late night, even after our office hours. So I do work from 10 to 6:30, but I do have events from 5:30 to 9:30 as well. So at the end of the day, we at times work literally more than 12 hours in a day. So it completely depends on the call. As I said, if it's important, it's important. Work is important, it's important. It's because our work is just not work for a salary, but our work is work with a person which will make a difference with your one call or one answer or one thing, or one note which can make a student feel relieved that okay, fine, things are okay. That makes a lot of difference to them.
so nice to hear that. So nice to hear your thoughts. That you completely fit into your name, Prerna. Completely fit into your name. So one more question: do you still get students who call you back after 2 or 3 years, because you have been into counseling for more than a decade now? You have counseled students for almost all the top institutions like Middlesex, Amity University, now University of Exeter, which is again one of the topmost university. So once you counsel a student, he goes abroad, gets settled down, and a lot of students get success. Do they call you back, some of them, to say thanks, that thanks, madam, your guidance was the lightning
Definitely,
candle
they,
for.
our social media platform has extended so much that they always stay in touch. A few people do really help. I still remember when with Greenwich, there are 2 3 students who have graduated maybe now, but they still at times, would like to refer students to come back to the university where I've sent. They get back in touch. They just say that the person will give you the assistance that you need, and they get it. So yes, they do get back in touch. It's not only with me, but with anyone and everyone. A perfect counselor or a good counselor will always get a reference back, will always get a call back from the student saying that, hey, thank you for helping me, can you help my friend as well? So that's something which actually says that you have been successful. That's a success to my accomplishment, to my verdict, or accomplishment to my career that I've been doing my job.
So, because I normally always compare counselor to a equivalent to a doctor and a lawyer, because we are almost doing the same job. It's just that the industry is different. So,
Absolutely
there is
right.
one more very important question from my side to you, Prerna. I know I would like to really know your thought on it. Like the other industry, we all know about the medicine industry and about the law industry, that a lot of things are getting manipulated and getting inspired by the sales thing. So when it comes to the education abroad industry, if we look into the 60 or 70% of the agencies, they are always bent more towards money. So a lot of time they don't counsel student right, because they feel that this particular university they can get better incentives from. Okay. So because you have been a uni rep, it's a very big responsibility. How do you tackle the quality of applicant and the quality of counseling at that time? How do you choose your agencies? Just say if you go out in an agency, they have a big name. But when you enter into their office and you came to know that these people are not the counselor but are salespeople, what are your reactions on it? Do you try to guide them? Do you want to correct them, or you just leave it? We just leave it. We don't sign up with them.
Well, to be
What are
honest, first, I don't like to work with every agent like this, right? So we do our background check before working with an agent. First thing, mostly what happens if you go with the brand, they work for the reputation. I know some branded agencies who literally service students for free as well. It doesn't matter they are coming getting commission or not, because the industry is like that, that it works with a lot of references, a lot of references. So they would not like to lose that, and this is not something that you know so to be honest, right now when we talk about education industry or agents, the competition level has gone high like anything. There are so many agents in each and every city. Every day there is a new agency opening. Everyone thinks I can be an agent. Everyone thinks that I can be a counselor. So everyone thinks like that. But to be honest, that's not an easy game. And everyone will start pulling each other to be the best and all that stuff. So looking at these things, most of the top brand companies will not go into these dirty games. What they like to do is they will like to go for references, they would like to go for word of mouth, they would like to stick to what student wants. Yes, they do give options for students who have no idea about it, but it's very important for students to be well researched. It's easy to blame other people, but it's difficult to ensure that your homework is done first. So I would say, answer to your question in terms of the agency pursuing students to go to the wrong university, I would say it's not the agency or something. It's about the student. They should be doing their homework and their research work before going to agent. So I have been a counselor in my career in an agent office too, but the first thing which I used to always say that, so I am giving you option, don't make that as a final choice. You do your research as well. Tomorrow you can't blame anyone. Oh, that person gave me a wrong guidance, that's the reason I chose the wrong university. Well, it's your fault. You are the person who is investing money, you are the person who is investing your time and energy. Why will you not do your own research and comparison, and why will you just blindly follow anyone? So it is not a mistake of an agency or a counselor, it's a mistake of a student if he just blindly relies on something and does not do the right amount of research work and background work on this.
Okay, one more question from my side, Prerna, and it's more about you. So, after having such a hectic life, we all understand that after going through this pandemic, now the industry is starting again. So, you might have to start your travel again, and then the life of a uni rep is like uh, when the this is the high time, like September and Jan intake, you might have to travel for almost 50 to 60% of your time. Okay, how do you manage then work-life balance? Number one. Number two, do you still take out your leisure time to read some books to enhance your knowledge, or would you like to see some movie or watch to listen to some songs because you have been having a very hectic day? How do you manage between your life and because this is a very important question. Look, a lot the most of the people that who are attending today as an audience, most of them are study abroad aspirants who are actually study abroad colleagues who are already working in the industry. They're looking forward to your suggestions, your guidance, so that they can become one day, they can be at your place someday. So this is an important question. How do you manage between the workload, work-life balance while traveling?
So, so when I'm traveling. I'm of course working. If I'm, so I give my 100% to my work there in the daytime, but in the evening time, I ensure that I give time to myself to have good sleep. Because when you travel, you don't have any timing for your flights. So you have late night flight, early morning flight, late night flight, early morning flight. So you literally have to travel so much. So I ensure that when I get time to sleep, I get good sleep. That good sleep is very very important. I have a sickness of, of traveling, though I have to travel so much. So I do still have a sickness of traveling. So I can't do work, or can't do reading if I'm in a moving car or a plane or anything which is moving. I can't do that. So what I do to relax my mind, so that's the time when I literally have to shut down. It's like forceful way of shutting down yourself. So I can't do anything apart from shutting myself. I can't even talk to people on phone for long because the vehicle is moving. I have to cut short my conversation as well. So that is the time when I just simply listen to music, and I give myself and my mind relaxation for that period of time, because I can't talk, I can't speak to people, I can't read, I can't do my work, I can't see my laptop, I can't do anything. So that's a break which I do. I always make sure that I give time when I am back home. I take breaks of maybe a day or two if required. A weekend, Saturday Sunday weekend is taken out with family or out with friends, and just relax whenever, as and when interval comes. I try and ensure I do that. Most of the time I'm busy with work, so I'm happy if the only point is, if you're happy with your work, everything is balanced easily. But if
That's
you're
true.
not happy with your work, you will keep cribbing, and if you keep cribbing, you can't even manage your family, you can't manage yourself. So yeah, that's the bottom line which I believe in.
That's true. Like I also do the same, but it's just that I have a selected music which is like rain music, which gives you the sound of rain. So normally while I'm traveling, I can't do anything, so I listen to that. So one very important and maybe the last questions of the day. Do you think that you doing what you always wanted to? I mean to say, was it your passion, which you realized later on in your life that you really wanted to be a counselor and hold this social responsibility? Today, like I'm asking today, do you feel that this is what you were actually meant for?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you a very funny story. When I was a kid
Yep.
and I had no clue, I used to think, oh, I'll become a dancer, I'll become a air hostess, I'll become this, that. When I was really little. I by mistake rang a phone to these astrology numbers. There are a lot of astrology number when you were kids and you used to dial that number. They were chargeable, no? So I just dialed that number, and the person was telling me, "Oh, you will be in an education industry, this, that." Rubbish. I don't like studies. How can I be in
And you
education
chose that
industry?
number with
And I've landed here. So I would say, you know, the stars have its game open. It's not that education industry means teaching only by academic teaching, but it can be teaching in terms of with your lifestyle, teaching in terms of understanding how the career goes. It can be counseling, it can be education, it can be anything. So this, I love this what I'm doing. I enjoy my work, I enjoy counseling, I enjoy connecting with students, I enjoy understanding that so many different dreams, how to fulfill and make those dreams successful is what I think of. And here I am doing that. I think I love my space with what I'm doing.
can I have that number that you have dialed, which was so
Yeah,
accurate
I don't
about you?
remember that. That was some number in US, huh? I have no idea, and I got so much scolding for to dial that number as a kid. Can't even tell you. But yeah, it actually roots to the
Really
right
good.
place.
at least it hits you on the right place. So this is what we normally call the destiny. Is you were meant to guide a student and make their future. So, and today, so one last thing which I need from you, and actually a tip. A tip is something which all our expert coming on the show gives to the study abroad colleagues who are there working as a junior counselor or who have just started as a visa officer. What would be your tip for them for upcoming who has just got a 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years life work experience? What is your tip for them to become successful in life?
I would say understand if this is the right place where you have landed or not. If you think that you have landed in the right place, please connect with the student's profile as if it's your own profile. Don't connect with them just as if it's a work that you're doing. The more you connect with the profiling, the more you connect with the students, it will get you and it will make sure that you are counseling them correctly. The more they are satisfied with your or with your answers, the more they are satisfied with your guidance, that should be your success. Your success should not be your bonuses, the success should not be your target. The success should be the satisfaction of students, satisfaction of student calling you and saying thank you so much, you made me land here, it is wonderful that I'm doing. That is your career success, and that thank you coming out from the student is something which should matter to you, nothing else.
Great, very well said, Prerna. I'm highly impressed. Actually, this is one of the perfect answer you could have given or a tip to all the study abroad colleagues which are sitting down there. So, because we have a bit of time constraint, otherwise, if I'll tell you honestly, I have a lot of questions for you because your life is quite interesting. It was confusing, but the way you have landed in here was really great to hear. So I'm opening the session for Q&A to study abroad aspirants or colleagues out there. So as soon as they'll raise their hand, I'll allow them to speak, and then they'll start asking questions to you. This would be just a 10-minute session because otherwise it will maybe keep on going. So it will be just a 10-minute session, and let's see. So hello everyone, you can raise your hand and I'll allow you to speak, and then you can ask your questions to Prerna. In the meanwhile, till the time they'll start raising hand, can you just brief me a bit more about University of Exeter? Because this is quite new to me, if I'll tell you honestly, because of the location. But I've seen on the internet a lot about it. Can we just utilize the time till the time they are raising their hand and know a bit more about it?
Sure. So if we talk about University of Exeter, Exeter has some range of programs starting from engineering, mathematics. So we are one of the few university offering astrophysics and PhD and MSc by research in physics. We also have mining engineering, again one of the few universities offering engineering programs in mining as well. So we do have mining, mechanical, and other parts of engineering programs. Also, the fact that being a Russell Group university, we still offer a couple of programs with industrial practice courses like applied data science, engineering, business management, and sustainability. Are few programs where we do offer with industrial practice. We do offer some specialization degrees in psychology as well as education. We do have a specialization program in business coming with digital marketing, a normal marketing program, as well as in terms of business analytics as well. So we do offer that also. We are one of the few university offering the widest range of specialization in data science program. We do have applied data science with specialization in ecology and evolution, environmental sustainability, renewable energy, modeling. There are statistics. So there are very few universities offering such a wide range in terms of specialization. We also offer courses into, sorry.
There is a lady who wants to ask something. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to stop you in between. Hi, Swati. I have allowed your mic. You can go ahead and ask a question from Prerna. Hello, Swati. in online word, this is an irony. When I would say, like, she's trying to ask, I know her mic has been disabled from my side and it's on, but she's not been able to get through. The mic is on. We can hear something. We are running short on time, Swati. Please see if uh, you can go ahead and ask a question. Otherwise, we'll move. I don't think so that she'll be able to talk. Her mic is on, but she's not been able to ask the question. Please continue. We'll just give them 2-3 minutes more for the session. Otherwise,
So,
we'll have to call off.
I think Swati, you can type in the chat box if you're facing any
Yes, yes.
difficulties in the speaker
Please.
as well. You're most welcome. In fact, anyone else who has any questions about studying abroad in UK or about Exeter, I'm really happy to answer your questions in any format. Yes, I think Neha, you have a question.
Yeah, let me quickly disallow mic. Yeah, Neha, I've allowed your mic.
Good afternoon, Prerna.
Hi.
Hi, Prerna. With regards to your university, I have one question. Like once a student makes a payment to your university after admission, how much time it takes to get the cash?
Well, it should not take much time. So ideally, if you have accepted your offer letter and made the payment acceptance deposit, it will take around 5 working days for you to get the cash sheet where you have to check on the data and all the details. And once that is confirmed, round about another 5 working days to get your cash letter. So overall, we can say around 2 weeks maximum with the complete process, but you will get your cash within that period of time.
Okay,
That's
thank
pretty
you so
quick,
much.
Prerna. That's pretty quick.
Thank you.
Yeah, I must say that's pretty quick. So most of the standard universities nowadays are taking close to 3 weeks time when we talk about somebody has written an inquiry for you. Hi ma'am, good evening. May I know the quickly read. Can you read Prerna at the same time? The messages that are coming. So the question is, hi ma'am, good evening. May I know about the person who inspired you? Okay, so somebody who has inspired you to come to the industry or join the industry. This is the question from
It's just the
Srinidhi Bala.
destiny. It's just the destiny who brought me here. I didn't even so when I joined the industry, I had no idea, and I joined the industry back, literally back in 2007 is the time when I joined the industry. So at that point of time, the counseling, the idea of counseling or consultants were not that much high in spirit, and not many people knew about it. It's now that so many people know about it, but that point of time it was not that popular. As I said, I just landed into a counseling session just because I loved talking. I knew I can do my research work. I knew I can connect with people. I knew I can engage with people. That's about it.
So we
How
have one
does
more question from Swati Kumari. Yeah, can you read it, or do
I
you want
can't
me to
see it now.
recite it for you?
I actually can't see it now.
Okay, so the message is like, hi ma'am, so good to see you here. Can you please help me with the entry criteria for UG and PG students, also USPs about the university, which can interact the students more, and how does the entry criteria work for state board students?
Right. So, if we talk about the entry criteria, if you're going for an undergraduate degree with us, you will have to apply through UCAS. We will require anything between 80 to 90%, depending on the course which you have selected for admission. And if we talk about admission into the master's degree program, we require between 60 to 70%, again depending on which university you have graduated from India and for which course you are going. applying for. IELTS requirement is 6.5 overall with no bands below 6. There are few courses which might require a higher scores as well, but most of the programs will require 6.5. We do have scholarship options available for students. We have something called Global Academic Scholarship with University of Exeter that can be applied for both UG and PG level, which has a maximum of 10,000 and 5,000 pounds scholarships available, and the student that is applicable only for the first year, and that student can apply for it to obtain the scholarship. It is based on academics completely and how well you write your application. We do give you an IELTS waiver for students as well for UG and PG both, and the IELTS waiver will be 75% in your class 12th English if that class 12th examination has been given within last 7 years of your enrollment date. So that is something which is important, right? But apart from that, if we talk about I think there is another question she has asked was about all the UG applications are with UCAS. Yes, all the undergraduate programs or all the undergraduate applications are only via UCAS for Exeter.
Okay. Okay, great. I can't see you, Prerna. I think your camera.
Yeah. My net went slow, so I had to just close that out for the time being.
Anybody else? Because thank you so much, ma'am, from Swati. Thanks, Swati, for your question. So, Prerna, I would request you to please share your email ID for the audience, because just in case if some have not been able to ask some questions, this has happened in the last session also. So a lot of emails have come in to Pankaj Jain sir later on. So the same may happen to you. So these people may would like to write an email. So can
I don't think so. I have my chat box enabled, so I cannot type in. But yes, you guys can actually drop an email to me. If you can enable me my chat box.
Let me see how to do it, because I am also learning.
That's fine. That's fine. What I can do, I'll quickly share my details on the screen. I can share the screen which I can see of. So I'll quickly put in my details on the screen. So just give me 1 second. I will quickly.
The internet is anyways an issue. Even after having 100 Mbps in my home, I'm still facing issues when it comes to online sessions.
Okay. What is this? Why am I not able to show content? Okay. Can you guys see my details on the screen? Or are you just able to see?
Yes.
Perfect.
India.
Perfect. So this is a generic email box that is india@exeter.ac.uk, but you can reach directly to me as well at p.guha@exeter.ac.uk, and my contact number is also available. You guys can follow the details about University of Exeter on Facebook as well. We are pretty active on Facebook, so you can go at Exeter at @Exeter Uni India as well. So yeah, you can do that.
So Prerna, just one question from me. Am I allowed to share this information on my social media? I mean to say LinkedIn.
Yeah, absolutely. You can feel free to do that, and your team can get back in touch with me if they have any further questions about Exeter. We are more than happy to assist them with the application process or any questions. We are happy to do that.
Great.
So we have a massive team of Exeter in India. Apart from me, we have another, we are total a team of 7 people in India who actually are dedicated for UG and PG applications. We have all the network where we can ensure that we give full assistance to students across India and South Asia. So feel free to get back in touch with us.
Like, do you have office in Mumbai only, or like is it Mumbai, Delhi, and other places?
No. So basically, I sit in Delhi. We have an office in Mumbai and Delhi, but we travel across India.
Okay, great, great. So thanks a lot, Prerna, for the information. So I would seriously like to thanks once again for devoting your time to us and taking out your precious time for us and inspiring people to achieve the position that you are in today. I would sincerely like to say thanks to you once again for coming on onto the show. So thanks, Prerna. Thanks a lot. And I'll share the information on the social media platform once approved by you.
Great. Thank you so much, guys. I hope I was able to answer all the questions, and I hope this session was helpful for everyone.
We are still trying to identify the best way to connect people because in this teams, I think that the people are not able to ask the question for some or the other reason. But once I leave your information on my social media, you might start getting some emails regarding the
Absolutely.
inquiry. But your story was really nice. It's really inspiring that how a confused kid one day has become an achiever in today's life. It must be inspiring a lot of people down there who are
Well,
listening
this
to
is
the
the first
story.
time I'm sharing my story with anyone more than you have been the lucky one, I would say. This has been a secret with me, which was just unfolded by you. So yeah, it's now an open book, which I can say to a lot of people
It
who
must,
can see.
it
But
must,
yeah,
uh, because this is how people get inspired. So you should have done it because this is the purpose of the show. I have been the confused kid in my time, and that is how I realized it's very important for people to share their stories. And when your name is Prerna, you can't just say that. You would have to inspire people, and you are doing this. We are having one more question. I'm really sorry if you can just wait for a minute because somebody is typing down there. So let's just solve the inquiry if you have 5 minutes.
thank you so much, Neha.
Neha is currently working in our company itself.
Okay.
She's looking after car market. Vaishnavi is some lady, I suppose. It was wonderful experience to listen to you, ma'am. So these are the confused kids, I suppose, which whom you are giving a ray of hope. So they like to thank you. So no question. They just would like to say thanks to you, Prerna. So it was really lovely talking to you, Prerna, and I hope I'll one day get a chance to see you and share a lot of other stories with
Sure.
you.
Sure. Great. Thank
And
you so much,
thank
everyone. Thank you, Mudit, for this invitation. You guys
thank
take care of yourself. Bye bye.
you. Same to you. Take care.